Today, Microsoft released a plethora of pretty interesting Xbox Series X information, including the official specifications, and I think that's going to be good. For the Xbox fans that are really excited about Xbox Series X and that are already fans, this is going to give them, positive vibes and things. They're going to really go into, that excitement mode because they're getting it. For me, it's a little bit different. Now, I'm not going to straight out and hate because I think that there's a lot of things that they're doing right, like the HDR implementation and things like that. There are a couple things that sort of kind of maybe sway you that this thing might not be as good as what people are thinking or what Microsoft is saying, and I'm going to cover that as well. But I want to once again say that I think that this console is going to be very great and very powerful, probably the most powerful console. So let's get into it. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you for checking it out. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. One thing that I want to say to you guys is thanks for subscribing and thanks for just being cool and always, rocking out with me and stuff like that. If you really want to help out the channel, hey, you guys can always become a member, or at the very least hit the bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops. Thank you! Now, let's get started. So, we know that both Microsoft and Sony were working on solid-state drives, right, to kind of alleviate load times. Big pain in the butt this generation and every generation that's had discs. But the problem is Sony's seems to be faster, so that pretty much confirms that the PlayStation 5 will have the faster console, especially in terms of load times. Spider-Man, which has notoriously long load times on the PS4 and PS4 Pro, down to less than 1 second on the PS5 hardware. Whereas Microsoft showcased State of Decay 2, which was still 7 to 8 seconds to load. A big difference for sure, but when you're talking about the differences between games as we go along, State of Decay 2, let's face it, not a masterpiece or a AAA by any means, and the fact that they're using that to showcase a difference shows me that they probably don't have as good a solution as Sony when it comes to load times. One thing that's going to hamper both, I think, for a lot of people, because a lot of people like to buy both consoles, right? Let's be honest, even myself, and I was kind of leaning that way as well. But then when you look at what's going on with the prices of the external hard drives, that might kind of lead us to even more of an expense. So we know this, and Microsoft and Sony are both going to have to go this route. But this is confirmed that the Xbox Series X will require a proprietary card to expand the hard drive. So if you want to have more than 1 terabyte of playable games on your Xbox Series X, you have to shell out some money. Now, go back to the Xbox 360 days where they had their own hard drives, and those things were expensive, $100, $150, $199. You can imagine that these are state-of-the-art new technology, and they're going to probably run you the same. So if the Xbox Series X is $500, and let's say, Game Pass is there, right? You might go, well, it's not a real big problem because how many games are you going to play? Like somebody for me, I have like close to 900 games on my Xbox One X, and I buy a lot of games. They have Game Pass, so you would download, maybe if you have 1 terabyte, you're going to end up with like 600, 700 megabyte, 700 left after everything is already on there. So that's maybe 5, 6 AAA games. That's not a lot. Now, you can store the games on an external USB hard drive like what we have now. Like I have 16 terabytes on my Xbox One X, and I'd technically be able to play those off of those hard drives on the Xbox Series X, but you can't use the new stuff on there. Like you can, I guess, download it, but you have to transfer it to the internal, and so they're going to have their own add-ons, and it seems expensive. Sony's going to have to do that too. This is state-of-the-art stuff. I guess it's just a little bit concerning because these consoles are already going to be between $500 and $600, and then you're looking to add, $150, $200 for a hard drive on top of that. That means if you're a person that usually gets both, you got to get ready to shell out, $1,600, $1,700 before games. And I guess Game Pass cuts down on some of that, but there's going to be third-party stuff that's not going to be in Game Pass day and date, so you're still going to have to buy games. So it is a little bit of weird, and it does confirm that Sony has the better solution there, while Microsoft will probably have the slightly more powerful hardware, and they are doing some impressive stuff. So I would love your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Let me know what you think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.